The 5% war. Is the end of Ukraine near? December 2025. While the world prepared for a new year, a quiet but historic meeting took place in Florida. Behind closed doors, Donald Trump and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy met to discuss the future of a war that has lasted over 3 years. After more than 1,400 days of fighting, the word peace is finally being mentioned. Trump claims a deal is 95% complete, but in geopolitics, the final 5% is often the most dangerous part. Today, we look beyond the headlines to understand what that 5% really means. To understand why talks are happening now, we need to look at the reality on the ground. By late 2025, Russia controls roughly 18% of Ukrainian territory. Despite massive Western military aid, Ukraine faces a growing manpower shortage. The conflict has turned into a brutal war of attrition. The front lines have barely moved for months, leading to this stalled and grinding conflict. So why is peace being discussed now, after years of resistance? First, Russia's economy is under strain. Heavy war spending has caused inflation and long-term instability. Second, the United States has signaled a political shift. The promise of supporting Ukraine as long as it takes is no longer guaranteed. And third, Europe is tired. Voters are increasingly focused on energy prices and domestic problems rather than a distant war. If 95% of the deal is agreed upon, what exactly remains unresolved? It comes down to a conflict over security versus territorial recognition. According to reports, the draft agreement includes a demilitarized zone along the current front lines, a 20-year delay on Ukraine joining NATO, and limited sanctions relief for Russia in exchange for withdrawals in some areas. Here is the problem few are openly discussing. If Ukraine accepts neutrality, who protects it if Russia attacks again? Without NATO's Article 5, any peace agreement relies entirely on trust. And in modern geopolitics, trust is fragile. This creates a paradox. Peace may end the fighting today, but it could make another war more likely tomorrow. This war is not just about Ukraine and Russia. It sets a global precedent. If Russia is allowed to keep captured territory through a peace deal, what message does that send to China regarding Taiwan? Economically, peace could lower inflation by restoring Russian oil and Ukrainian grain to global markets. But it may also give Russia the resources to rebuild its military. President Zelenskyy faces an impossible decision: reject the deal, and Ukraine risks losing Western support. Accept it, and he may face backlash at home from a population that has sacrificed everything. Is a flawed peace better than a prolonged war? The world is watching closely, because whatever happens in that final 5% may shape global politics for decades. I'm global news researcher. This was the story behind the headlines.